Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is February 1st, 2025, and Raphinha has offered to pay Barcelona's €21,000 fine, which prompted Joan Laporta to ban the supporters section. Also, looks like the hopes to sign Marcus Rashford are drifting away as the player is negotiating his move with Aston Villa. And finally, the salary of Lamine Yamal in his future contract has been revealed. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we'll begin this video with the great news that Barcelona have received the green light from the city of Barcelona to extend their contract with the Olympic Stadium Luis Companys until May 30th. And this is of course great news because, as you know from my previous videos, Barcelona were looking for alternative stadiums outside of Barcelona, even outside of Spain, because the contract at Montjuic was set to expire at the end of April, and with the Camp Nou's future uncertain, well, we didn't know if it's going to reopen at the end of April or not, Barcelona were left without a stadium, and as such, they were looking for other alternatives. But now the city of Barcelona have granted Barcelona an extension of the contract with the Olympic Stadium, so Barcelona will have that stadium available to them until the end of the season. Now, of course, the main plan is still to go back to the Camp Nou by the end of April. The Turkish company Limac has guaranteed to Barcelona that the stadium will be done by then to reopen at 60% capacity. But if that doesn't happen, at least we know that we have the Olympic Stadium available to the club rather than have to go outside of Barcelona or even outside of Spain to play somewhere else. Now, on to the next bit of news, since we are talking about stadiums, because it's reported that Raphinha has offered to pay Barcelona the €21,000 fine that they received during last season. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Barcelona received several fines last season that totaled to €21,000 due to the inappropriate behavior of the supporters section. So Joan Laporta decided to forward that bill to the supporters section, saying you either pay this $21,000 or you will be banned. Of course, the supporters section said we're not paying a single dime. So Joan Laporta ended up banning the entire supporters section. They've been banned for the past, I think, 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. And that's something that has been noticed. Every time you watch a match, it's just dead silence. It sounds like a total graveyard because there is no supporter section in Barcelona Stadium. And now it seems that Raphinha has offered to pay those €21,000 in order to bring the supporters section back. Now, there is no confirmation from the club on whether Raphinha really did this or not, on whether this is just a rumor, but assuming that he did do that, I mean, of course, it's a very generous gesture by Raphinha, but it also highlights the ineptitude of the board of directors in resolving this matter. Because on one hand, I do understand the club's position, because in the contract that they have with the supporter section says that they have to, behave, not do Nazi salutes and racist slurs and, things that they have done in the past. But on the other hand, you also need your supporter section, right? Without the supporter section, it takes completely away the advantage of playing at home. So there has to be a solution to this problem. And so far, the club has just said, chapter closed. Unless they pay, they're not welcome back. And that is a problem because, again, you need the supporter section. The supporter section needs the club. So there has to be a solution found. Now, my suggestion would be, since the supporter section has been banned, open up that section, because the supporter section sit in a specific section in the stadium that's only reserved for them. The public cannot buy tickets to that section. So open up that section, sell those tickets to the public at regular prices until the debt is paid, and then you allow the supporter section to come back. They get fined again, you ban them, you open up their section to the public until that fine is paid, and then you bring them back. I think that's a good solution, but what do I know? I don't work on the board. You guys let me know what kind of solution it would be appropriate to resolve this problem. Now on to the next bit of news, because it looks like the hopes to sign Marcus Rashford are fizzling away since the player is negotiating his move to Aston Villa. Now, as you know, Barcelona have been trying to sign Marcus Rashford on loan until the end of the season to reinforce the left wing position. Marcus Rashford has been dying to come to Barcelona, pausing negotiations with other clubs, agreeing to slash his salary to be able to come to Barcelona, and even waiting until the final days of the market. But it looks like Marcus Rashford will not be waiting any longer, because he has begun negotiations for his move to Aston Villa, and understandably so, because if Marcus Rashford were to wait until the market closes and if Barcelona do not sign him, he will be left without any minutes, because as Ruben Amorim has made it clear, Marcus Rashford does not count at Man U. So it seems that Marcus Rashford is sealing his move to Aston Villa. In fact, some reports are stating that he has already reached a personal agreement with the Premier League club, and that the only thing left is for Man U to agree with Aston Villa. Of course, Man U were preferring for Marcus not to go to another Premier League club, so they do not reinforce a direct rival. But given that there's only 1 day left, I mean, it closes on February 3rd, it's February 1st here, but in England it's already February 2nd, so there's only 1 day left in the market, so most likely Man U will be forced to agree to this deal unless Barcelona can pull a Hail Mary in the final seconds, which is not looking like it with Eddie Garcia staying, with Ansu Fati refusing to leave. Of course, there is Manchester City wanting to sign Nico Gonzalez, but that's out of the hands of Barcelona. All right, on to the next bit of news, because the salary of Lamine Yamal, or at least his future salary, has been revealed. Now, Lamine Yamal's contract expires in 2026, because the last time he renewed, he was still under 18 years old, so he could only renew for 3 years, because that's the rules. If you're under 18, you can only sign 3-year contracts. But in July, or on July 13th, Lamine Yamal will officially turn 18 years old, so he will be able to sign his first long contract. And Barcelona, of course, are working on extending Lamine Yamal's contract at least until 2030. And the salary in that contract has been revealed as around 78 million euros, which, of course, will make Lamine Yamal one of the higher paid athletes on the Barcelona squad, deservedly so, because after all, Lamine Yamal is the star of the team. Now, Lamine Yamal, of course, wants to stay in Barcelona, and Barcelona want to keep him, so his renewal is not going to be a problem. The only thing is left to figure out is the actual numbers. And while it seems like they have agreed on the salary, because they're saying it's going to be around 7 to 8 million euros. All right, speaking of contracts, let's end this video by talking about Alex Valle, because the player will have an exit clause starting this June. Now, Alex Valle just finalized his move to Como in the Serie A. Of course, he spent the first half of the season on loan with Celtic in the Scottish League. Now he will spend the second half of the season on loan to Como with the Serie A. And it's been revealed that starting in June, Alex Valle will have an exit clause worth 6 million euros, which would allow any club to sign him for that much, of course, if the player agrees to make a move to that club. Now we'll see what will happen with Alex Valle, because of course Barcelona would like to try him out in the preseason in the summer, so they can see if he can, be Alejandro Balde's substitute. But if another club comes, offers the 6 million and convinces the player, we could end up losing him. But of course, the player could always say, no, thank you, I want to try my luck in Barcelona. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen in the summer. All right, that is all for this video. I did upload 2 other videos before this one, so make sure to check them out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.